And that's a good time to hand it off to our PA announcers.
2017 Albert Appliance Seafair Cup, Heat 2A.
There it is, race fans. That is your 5-minute gun, and now it's time to go boat racing. First, you will be racing in Heat 2A, presented for Seafair by Tulalip Casino. The U12 Graham Trucking with
the 16 Oh Boy Alberto J.W. Myers.
The U21 Albert Lee Appliance, driven by Brian Perkins, and the U99
The 12 Graham Trucking J. Michael Kelly.
Albert Lee Appliance, proud sponsor of the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup.
21 Albert Lee Appliance Brian Perkins.
Around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ron Ted Jones racecourse. Now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. Heat 2A is presented for Seafair by Tulalip Casino.
99.9 Car Star Miss Rock Greg Hopp.
Absolutely, and Ron and Ted are up there. Hopefully they're sitting together somewhere looking down on this and said, wow, what a mark we left on boat racing, the city of Seattle, and certainly Seafair.
All 4 boats up and running and on the course as Greg Hopp brings the U99 Car Stars powered by Miss Rock onto the race course. So everybody's up and running and starting the cutting through the infield, the donuts, and the timing runs. Brad Luce, it's already started here with 3.5 minutes to go before the start.
We've already had a couple of boats cut the course. We had Brian Perkins cut the course from the front stretch to the back in the U21, and we had J.W. Myers cut it from back to front up at the top end of the race course. J. Michael Kelly coming slow down the front straightaway here. And these guys have to be very cognizant of the fact they cannot drop below 80 miles an hour between now and the time the heat starts. We saw that in our second heat of racing today, and unfortunately, it cost Jimmy Shane and the Missed Home Street Bank a first-place finish. So they know the officials are watching. They got to keep it above 80 miles an hour mark. 2:45 until our start.
J. Michael Kelly and the Graham Trucking with a first-place finish in his first heat today. J.W. Myers and the Oh Boy Alberto and Brian Perkins each with a third-place finish earlier in heats today, and Greg Hopp with a second-place finish in his heat number 1.
And here comes the hopper down the front straightaway. He will come all the way down to the bottom end of the race course in that predominantly black boat trimmed in yellow and red, the famous Miss Rock color scheme. The rest of the boats are spread all across the race course here. They'll be bundling up here shortly, though, as we're coming up on 2:10. Coming up on 2:10, and then 2 minutes to our start. These guys start timing it out.
See what J. Michael Kelly chooses to do here. Is he going to go all the way around or make a cut through to the back stretch? Nope, he's going to go all the way around. Nope.
As soon as you say that, he was just waiting for you to say it, Mark.
He's listening, yeah, I know, he's listening.
So he'll go over to the backstretch as we come up on 1:50. Now, when we saw Jimmy Shane wind up going a little too slow in that last minute, he was entering the lower corner down here at 1:20. And that proved to be too early to hold 80 miles an hour all the way around without jumping the start, and he got called. So we'll watch the clock here. It's 1:30 right now as J-Dub comes down here to speed, and he has gone ahead and said, no, I'm going to put a loop in it. Now let's see what Perkins does. Perkins is going to come down here.
He's 1:21 entering the south turn.
So that's pretty close. We'll have to watch him. J. Michael Kelly certainly seems to be in good position. The boat to watch right now, Mark Allen, is the 16, J.W. Myers. He's going to cut the course back to front. That would be expected. I would expect him to throw in another loop. He'll probably cut front to back when he gets down here. In 1 minute, right there, Mark, 1 minute.
Brian Perkins on the inside lane as they slowly go up the back stretch. Got to keep that 80-mile-an-hour speed up. Right next to him on the outside in lane number 2 is Greg Hopp in the Car Star Miss Rock. J. Michael Kelly coming up behind them. We'll see how he fits in, and J.W. Myers as well. Looks like he's going to be inside of, no, he's going to go out to the outside now. So halfway up the back stretch, these guys are at 34 seconds, and they are coming to the north turn. Brad Luce, that is Brian Perkins in the Albert Lee U21, and he is at the apex of the north turn at 24 seconds.
Boy, he is early. He's really early, and he's bringing up Hopp with him. He's at the exit pin of the corner at 20 seconds. Now, coming up behind him in lane 3 is going to be J. Michael Kelly. On the outside is going to be J.W. Myers. They should have pretty good boat speed as they come up to these 2 other boats that have been early. We're inside 10 seconds, and we're coming up now on 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, and the boat speed is going to be in lane number 3 and lane number 4. We are racing in Heat 2A, presented by Tulalip Casino. First boat to get down here in lane number 3 is going to be J. Michael Kelly, but he's got 2 boats with him on the inside, Mark. This is going to be a busy first turn.
Here they go through the turn. Looks like everybody's through cleanly, and it's JMK, J. Michael Kelly, who takes the lead. Brian Perkins on the inside. Folks on the western side of the lake can see those 2 boats. And it is J. Michael Kelly about halfway up at a 4, 5, 6 boat length lead. But on the outside is J.W. Myers in third.
J.W. Myers is showing a fair amount of boat speed up the backstretch. He's in third place, and he's on the far outside. He is going to try and run down Brian Perkins, but Perkins has got a much smaller race course. They come off the top end of the north turn. They'll come down and put 1 in the books here in the Ted Jones race course. It is all red. J. Michael Kelly, he's out in front, but the race is going to be for second. And on the inside, it is Brian Perkins, but pulling up alongside on a much bigger race course is going to be J.W. Myers. Mark, he's starting to stretch the legs a little bit on that Alberto.
Yeah, a little more each time he goes around. The start was good, and J. Michael Kelly, a full rooster tail and a half lead over the 2 boats that are running side by side off the turn. It's Brian Perkins by about 4 or 5 boat lengths over J.W. Myers as they go halfway up the backstretch. They're not going to catch J. Michael Kelly, but they are going to have a great boat race between the 2 of them. And Greg Hopp brings up the 4th place finish here, and he's about halfway through his lap number 2 as well. But it's Brian Perkins and J.W. Myers halfway through the turn. Here comes J. Michael Kelly and the 2 guys battling for second place.
The 2 white boats are dead even as they come off the exit pin. They're going to come down and put 2 in the books with 1 to go. Kelly is already across. He is on his final lap, and now it is J-Dub moving out in front, but only by maybe a boat length over Perkins. They are literally dead even as they come down here to the corner. It is Perkins on the inside, J-Dub driving hard on the outside, Mark.
Giving him lots of racing room, and J. Michael Kelly already off the turn, but the 2 guys racing for second place. Brian Perkins now off the turn. J.W. Myers is hidden in his rooster tail, but he's only about 4 boat lengths behind. It looks like a double rooster tail out there, halfway up the backstretch for second place as J. Michael Kelly enters the north turn for the final time. Your race is for second place, and right now we can see Brian Perkins. Let's see who pokes his nose out as they turn to us. Brad Luce.
Coming off the top end of the course, here comes your leader and apparent winner. It is going to be J. Michael Kelly. He swings out wide, and now the race for second place. This is going to be really tough to see from right here, but it's Perkins on the inside in the 21. The 16 on the outside. That is J.W. Myers in the Alberto. They come down to the finish line. It is going to be from here. It is J.W. Myers in the Oh Boy Alberto, just nipping Brian Perkins in the 21, the Albert Lee appliance. Holy cow, we're going to have to verify that one from the officials. I think that's the way we got it, and it is going to be. The 12 is going to be your winner, J. Michael Kelly, and it was indeed J-Dub. Wow, he was able to run down Brian Perkins, and Mark Allen, he did it on a mighty large race course.
Very interesting finish in terms, even for J. Michael Kelly. He came way wide outside to give those 2 guys racing room. They had plenty, and they could